Hi, everyone. Welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Deb Santos, and this is Healing with Santos. I talk about spirituality, mental health, and everything in between, just life in general. So I'm glad that you're here. Today, I do want to talk about spiritual practices. I do think that right now, today we have a hybrid eclipse. There's a lot of really strong energy out there right now. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I've been feeling a lot this week. One thing I've picked up on is just having more trust and strength in my own truth, in my own knowing. Um, and I'm hopeful that this is something that will kind of carry through and that maybe others will be experiencing as well. So if that's where you're at too, I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you are more in tune and in the trust of the divine and what's going on. For anybody who's not, though, I do want to kind of have this space today to discuss practices that I have found beneficial and that I think that many can kind of tap into at this time to find a little bit more strength, a little bit more grounding, alignment, and just kind of a sense of flow, ease. So I'll just go ahead and dive right into it. I know I've spoken before about breath work, just connecting with your breath, getting in tune with your body. One of the first things, when we have addiction or when we're struggling with different things, I think a lot of people's natural instinct, at least it's definitely my own, is to just be flighty, to just kind of reach for the things that we think will make us feel better, whether it's food, alcohol, cigarettes, whatever. When maybe we could try something different this time. Maybe we can actually try to pull ourselves down, be in our body, breathe, connect. So that's something I know I've left a link before for the Wim Hof breathing exercise, but there's different variations. So do your own research. I encourage you to kind of figure out what works for you. There's box breathing. There's even just like more intense breath work where you're really, or you're laying down, you're sitting. There's different, there's something for everybody. So just figure out what works for you and what maybe you can be a little more consistent with. Obviously, it doesn't have to be every day. Number 2, meditation. 10 to 20 minutes of just kind of decluttering the mind, just being with self, tuning out, having your phone on Do Not Disturb, unplugging, unwinding. I think that's where a lot of inspiration and clarity can come. Even just the wisdom in knowing that, you are making shifts, that things are happening. Let's see what else. Number 3, having a practice with water or anything that you're taking in. Food, it could be food. I say water because this week I noticed every now and then, either before I take a drink or while I'm drinking, I will thank the water. I'll just say thank you. I noticed more so this week that I'm doing it while I'm drinking rather than before. So I extend that to anybody. Maybe as you drink, as you take that every chug, every swig, just thank you, thank you, thank you. And see what that does for your body. See what it does for what you're taking in. Number 4, consciously connecting. So I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was at the gym, and typically when I walk out of the gym, I'll say, bye or have a good day. I'm never looking at the person. I realized this recently, maybe every now and then I am, but it's just kind of like an autopilot thing, like bye, I'm out the door, bye. Yesterday I took a moment, I made eye contact with the girl at the desk, and I said, have a good day, and it made me feel good. I think it was good for her to see that somebody's actually connecting with her and not just zooming past or assuming she's not there or whatever. So consciously connecting, and we can't always do that. Maybe we don't have the capacity, the time, whatever. But when you can, I think it makes a big difference in just kind of the energies that are flowing in and out. And it's beneficial for everybody. So that's another one. 5, we were talking about decluttering the mind, maybe decluttering the environment. We are in spring now, or approaching. Just figuring out what has purpose for you and it's okay if it doesn't meet any specific need now, and maybe it's time to repurpose it, give it to somebody else, send it away with a blessing, you know? Maybe it's a pair of jeans or something, and you had a great time in it. You went to a concert, you went on a date, you know, extending that to somebody else. That I hope somebody else has a really good time with this. I hope that this just like brings so much joy or makes somebody feel good in their body. Just sending it off with gratitude. Um, so I think that's one. 6, coming off of the gratitude journaling, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like a whole entry, just these little lists or like bullet points of things that are going well, things that you recognize today. I remember having a notebook at one point, and I got out of this practice, so I'm also saying this, you know, for myself to get back into this. I had a notebook, and every now and then I would write things down, just, you know, very minimalism, like simple things. So it was like, you know, butterfly almost landed on me today, or um, I went and bought a hand vacuum, just like a small vacuum, and it was $25, but when I got to the register, it was 15. So, you know, it was on sale. I got $10. I saved $10 unexpectedly, you know. So wherever you can, jot down, you know. Oh, a funny one I had, it was like I wrote down that I didn't spill coffee on myself, because there was a week where, I kid you not, every day I was spilling coffee on myself. I either put it down too fast and it splashed, or I was in the car and probably shouldn't have been drinking in the car, spilled it on myself, whatever. So one of my lists of gratitude that day was, didn't spill coffee on myself today. So when we do this, we're actually priming ourselves to start looking for the good, to start seeing our day in a different way, a different light. Um, Number 7, going off of that, priming. So there's a really good priming exercise. With priming, I definitely recommend starting your day with it, because if you think of prime, right, you want it to come first. There's a really good priming exercise by Tony Robbins. I will leave it in the link below, or in the comments. It's a really good one. It includes breath, includes visualization. I think it's really helpful, so I will leave that for you. And then lastly, you know, having some type of like maybe movement practice, whether that's a stretch, bath, body brushing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with body brushing. Body brushing, you get a brush and you go in a circular motion. They say to kind of go towards the direction of the heart. So if you're on the shoulder, you want to go downwards. If you're coming up from like the leg, you want to go upwards. So you want to go in the direction of the heart. So body brushing. For me, the way I practice body brushing is I'll try to do it maybe once a month. That way I feel like my cells are being renewed, or there's some type of like restart or refresh. But it feels really good. So you want to do that before you get in, you know, a bath or a shower. You'll see. It feels good. You just feel very renewed, like reborn. Um, so some type of movement, you know, so with that, you're kind of moving different cells around, stretching, exercise, Qigong. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Qigong, but it's a great movement practice. You know, you can just like swing your arms. You just stand and just like rock, swing your arms. Um, it's just moving energy around, but it can be really healing and soothing. Um, so some type of movement, you know, shaking things out. You know, it's a somatic practice that can be really beneficial. Dance like nobody's watching. Like go, you know, just go for it. So yes, that would be my 8th one. And then 9, I wasn't going to say this, but I'll just add it, you know, any type of vitamin or supplement that you might have. I think that this would be a good time to kind of check in on that kind of self-care, getting back into some type of practice as far as vitamins, supplements. You know, what are you lacking? What are you needing? And if it's vitamin D, maybe just get out in the sun. That's free. You know, start your day in the sun, get a little bit of that vitamin D. Um, I will probably maybe either in the comments, or I'll make another video about supplements and vitamins or different things that I've tried in the past or that I still continue to use that I have found helpful. I'm not a doctor, but I will leave that information for you all, because I think some of the stuff that's out there is really good, and it can really help us with recovery and help with mood stabilization. If you have any other tips or practices and you feel like sharing, or you feel like I missed something here, please leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear, I'd love to see, and I'm sure somebody else could use it as well. I think that's about it. And I will also let you know that I'm going to be posting a somatic activated healing session shortly. Hopefully by this weekend, we'll see what I can get to. But that will include breath work, meditation, movement, and mantra, or like an affirmation. So I will be working on that this week, and I hope to have it up this weekend so that you all have some type of movement practice that you can relate to, or something new to try. If you have any questions, anything you want to add, leave it in the comments, or feel free to email me or reach out some other way. It was a pleasure talking with you all. Take care.